Last time on Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, Sonic and Elise managed to elude Eggman's pursuit, but wouldn't you know it, Eggman decides to persuade Elise to surrender in the threat of leveling up Soleanna. The princess reluctantly decides to surrender herself to Eggman, where he decides to go and unlock the flames of disaster. Unfortunately, with Tails' pursuit of the egg carrier failing, Sonic now has to get to the castle in order to try and catch up with the egg carrier. Will that ever happen? Find out in this episode of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 Sonic Story. Alright, so now that pursuit was a complete waste of time.
But to get there, you need to pass Soleanna's test. The bishop will
We are going to go off to Kingdom Valley in hopes of actually trying to stop Dr. Eggman once and for all. But now that we got the 3 gems, we'll be able to actually get on with this next stage. But first, we have to do the Trials of Soleanna, which of course are 3 trials. So that means we have to go to New Forest, but of course, instead of actually walking all the way there, we actually get warped into the actual pedestal itself. So with that being said, we got 3 tests. The test of intelligence, the test of courage, and the test of love. This is the test of intelligence, where you have to go through these warp holes so you can actually know where it will take you. You have to go through corresponding certain holes, and it requires some memorization, to be fairly honest. As you can probably tell, one of the holes that I went through actually took me back to the start. But of course, I managed to find the right path and of course managed to get through it. Couldn't even do it in under like 10 seconds because I made a bit of a mistake. But I managed to use the red gem in order to actually slow down time to get a humongous time bonus.
That was incredible!
Alright, so with that being done, we're off to our next test, which is of course the test of courage. So I've decided to cut out all I have a lot of load times cut out in order for this part to do it. So we've got 3 town missions, which of course are mandatory to actually complete, so we can actually be able to manage to get to the next part of this. Manage to actually stop those and manage to get through. So of course the test of courage is where you have to defeat all the robots, but of course you don't have any rings. Yes, that is right. You have to do those without actually having any without actually holding on to any rings. Because if you actually get hit, that means you're dead automatically. So of course we wait until. So of course, because we have the bounce attack, we will be able to actually make good use of these enemies, especially the more armored ones that have larger health bars than one of us. And those larger enemies are an absolute joke with the bound attack. So with that being done, we are now proving our courage and get on with the next test, which is called the test of love. And because I used the red gem, I managed to actually get an S rank through time bonus and score. Okay, so now we're off to what is considered to be the most pointless test of the test of love, which is probably the shortest mission ever. You have 2 choices, Amy or Elise. Now, depending if you actually choose Amy or Elise, you do still actually pass the mission. I chose Amy because, you know what, Amy and Sonic is more natural. Because I don't really appreciate the Princess Carrot Legs and Sonic partnership. You know, love. Shipping. I don't really ship Princess Carrot Legs and Sonic. Ugh. But anyway, with that being said, now that I've done the trials, we'll be able to get on with Kingdom Valley then. Before that, a cutscene. Ah, now what? Eggman doesn't really want me to go after him. But then Silver comes in. Perhaps, maybe Shadow's kick around the head might have persuaded him to actually not kill Sonic.
You look like you're in a hurry. So, what's going on? Circumstances have changed. I need to rescue the princess.
Maybe Shadow might have persuaded you that Sonic wasn't even the bad guy, and maybe because it might have stopped him from actually might have realised that Mephiles was, of course, the one who was being deceptive towards him. Alright, so basically, now that we got to Kingdom Valley, it's basically we have to know what happened. Basically, Mephiles became deceptive towards Silver in his story, and basically, they knew that Sonic was not the enemy. With that being said, in Sonic's story, he knew that Elise was being kidnapped by Dr. Eggman so that he could harness his power. But the real intention was that when he witnessed that Dr. Eggman, what happened when Dr. Eggman's ship crashed, the egg carrier would not only kill Eggman but also Elise, unleashing Iblis. Which would spell which is why the future looks like the post-apocalypse that we had, where we were sent to the future by Dr. Eggman in this story, and how we actually managed to meet up with Rouge and Shadow. But we'll be able to know what happens in his story. Well, in this part, what happened was I accidentally managed to, of course, show what happened when I missed the rope entirely and I had to restart this mission. So basically, I'm cutting that out and I decided to have this take in instead. That's why I end up with one lot less life in this. This is what. Now I actually am. What happened was I tried to actually homing attack, but it didn't initiate until I hit the enemy with a spin jump. Basically, in this game, the spin jump doesn't work. So you have to use homing attack on anybody. The spin jump, because of how rushed this game is, the spin jump doesn't work at all. Well, for Sonic and Shadow anyway.
I'll go on ahead.
So now we are going to play Silver for the first time. Basically getting a taster of what is going to come in the next playthrough of this game. So all you got to do is you can manipulate objects and own enemies. But in this part of the game, Silver doesn't have any abilities that will allow him to do certain stuff. So all you have to do is to get rid of enemies using his psychokinesis. And if you want to grab any enemies, you have to stun them using his Pimp Slap of Doom.
I think I can knock that structure down.
Basically, unfortunately, it doesn't really work that well. Because the only thing you have to do is to be in point-blank range just to actually, you know, get things going. And of course, because of how poorly programmed this game is, I can actually press the A button repeatedly to actually get him to hover in the air, which I can actually mash within the A button. And of course, you can actually grab missiles in order to blink them back at the enemy, which is really cool, by the way. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, and I know a lot of Silver likers are not going to like me for this, but Silver's gameplay wasn't really just met with the full potential whatsoever. It just felt that his psychokinesis powers haven't been that, well implemented in this game. Well, basically of how rushed this game really was. But anyway,
Hey, not bad.
but that didn't last too long. So basically, that was a very short taste of what is to come in the next playthrough. Okay, so the rest of this is of course Sonic. The rest of this is another Sonic platform level, and then we got what is the last of the Mark Speed segment, which is of course the last time we get to that part. I'm just breaking some boxes to see if I can find any any item capsules. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of those robots because these robots are so stupid. They do nothing but give me pain and try and deter me from saving the princess. Oh yeah, ding dong to you too.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake, no sweat. Ugh. That gets annoying quite quickly. Sonic's.
Let's try going.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up and go get rid of these giant robots, because if I actually try to bounce attack on them, then I will only lose my rings if I actually try and bounce attack on the core. What happened there? I tried to do the light speed dash on that, but unfortunately I just couldn't do that. And of course I managed to. I couldn't even. Excuse me for a minute. I couldn't get the light dash to work because I wasn't near enough, or I was in the wrong, angle. All right, so we go down and whee. Okay, so right, let's get rid of these guys. Let's hope I don't get hurt. Ah! Ah, you son of a egg-bellied slot! Son of an egg! Sorry. What was I saying again? Son of a two-faced egg-bellied slime ball! I used the wrong gem as well. God damn it! And I'm really angry that I lost got all my rings all for nothing. Well, I'm gonna be careful here. Hey, it's not so. And of course, a certain scrub actually struggled in this area, all because he doesn't even know that. He doesn't even understand his bad gaming skills. It's just none other than some of the work. His gaming skills are just absolute bugged. If anybody else knows who I'm talking about, well, guess what? Everybody's favorite scrub, Darksideville. I mean, he recently LP'd this game, and let me say, it was atrocious. Just him to play one of the worst games ever made, he pretty much basically, absolutely, just his gaming skills are just an absolute complete joke. Okay, let's.
That's a lot of enemies.
So I'm gonna destroy. I'm gonna destroy some of these. You know what? Just to get a bit more bonus score. Just to get me a bit better score. I'm gonna get rid of those enemies first. I know I've got to leave. What was his name? I've got to leave Silver to get rid of this whilst I go run after the princess. But honestly, now I'm gonna be honest with you. This Mark Speed segment is actually possibly the best one in the game. Honestly, it is quite fun. And of course, the water and the mist actually makes it quite authentic. Robots always go after me, but they try to gun me down. But of course, their Vulcan cannons only cut my rings by only one. And the jumping and it doesn't seem to be that bad, the jumping. So when he actually walks on the water, he actually slows down slightly so that I can actually move left and right a little bit better. Okay, we're nearly there. Come on, we're nearly there. Come on. Let's dash to the finish line, and I nearly got hit, and fine, which I didn't, and I've only got that done. No time bonus. God damn it. And I got a B in the process, even though I got through from start to finish, even though I had to restart though. But at least we'll end this one with cutscenes though. God, what's happening now?
The engines are malfunctioning. And what's this?
You fucked up at big time, Eggman.
Why is this happening? No! We're about to crash!
Well, you basically messed up, Eggman. You did nothing but just destroy your own self. And it's going down. Oh my god. it's going down. Here we go. Crash! Goodbye, Elise! You will be well remembered.
Elise!
Not! Oh no. Wave Ocean! Why didn't I get the tornado? Why didn't Tails give it the tornado so we could actually chase it? I'm such a failure. Forgive me, Amy. How could this happen to...
Wait. There's still a way to change this.
What exactly?
If we return to an earlier point in time, we'll be able to save her.
That means more chaos control.
I understand.
Oh my god, now this has got to be painful.
Chaos control!
Another time rift appears. And then he gives his Chaos Emerald to Silver, I believe now.
Silver! I can handle this myself. Besides, you got somewhere to go, right?
Oh my god, he's gonna go on his own. I mean, that worked so well
Change
before!
Elise's fate. And that in turn should change your future
Sonic,
too.
why don't you let Elise and Blaze come with you so that you can ensure a good future
Thank you,
Silver?
Yeah. Just save
This bit of proof that this is... Why can't they... This plot on inconsistency is so stupid in the story. It's just... Oh. I'm not going to comment on how bad that was. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the finale of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. So with that being said, see you in the next part. So after what Sonic passed the trials, he teams up with Silver to catch up with Elise, only to find out that they could not catch the egg carrier in time up before it exploded. Sonic and Silver decided to induce another chaos control so they can make it back in time, but unfortunately Sonic had to do it alone so Silver could get back to his future. I mean, as ridiculous as it sounds, there are more plot holes to come, but will there be any more plot holes in the next episode? Well, join me in the finale of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Oh, one more thing. Before we do go, if you actually look closely
Silver.
after Sonic had tossed his Chaos Emerald to give to Silver to do whatever he does in the future, you can clearly see in one of the part of the cutscene that the part of the egg carrier is still there. I mean, has Dr. Eggman been carrying the Illuminati all this time? And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the finale of Sonic's story of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. So I'll see you guys next time.
Come on, let the future